you might. Too much, 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 too many crabs in the barrel, but I'd rather hang around family and battle. It's too much, too many dripping in sauce, and I ain't hating on nobody, they can get lost. It's too much, trying to help a nigga out, the only thing they care about is internet cloud. It's too much, niggas sounding like each other and they all dead wrong, they don't even get along. Too much, you might. 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 Too much drip, you might slip. 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 Too much.
Cause I don't play clown. Take that with you on the way down. Up in the way, cause I don't play clown. Take that with you on the way down. I've been in this game for years. It made me an animal.
And what I'm trying to explain to you, ladies and gentlemen, is the real world that our children live in, not the ideal one that we want them to live in, not this wonderful world that we pray that will come here one day, but the real world that they have to live in. You want to know why they're acting so crazy? You want to know why they're doing the things that they're doing? Because we have not prepared them to live in this real world. We have sent them through 12 years of school teaching them this dumb stuff that doesn't work, and when they go out and try to apply it and get killed for it, we are not there.
Me an animal. I eat a fake motherfucker like a cannibal. And I don't even understand how he got that far. Cause every time he write a rhyme, it's about his goddamn car. You know the top 10 hottest in the fucking game? Well, 8 of them niggas fucking lame. It's a fucking shame how y'all put them on a pedestal. But I figure you ain't got nothing better to do.
All right. Welcome, peace to everybody. Welcome to Shame Sunday with Mrs.SheSaid. How y'all doing out there?
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. Living in this shameless society. So I come every Sunday to give you a view of what type of behaviors are exhibited that are considered to be quite disgraceful. We need to point them out. So welcome, everybody. Okay. Give a definition. You know, shame it is. It is a painful feeling of humiliation and distress, and it's caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. So here we want to wake that up. So act like the shit is dormant. Your consciousnesses are very dormant. You waver, you teetle-tattle on the ladder of right and wrong. Shame. It's a loss of respect or esteem and dishonor.
Shameful shit.
Mm-hmm. Last year was all about accountability, man. This year got to be some standards. And when you're waking up the consciousness, it helps. It helps. So today, you see what my title is. Damn liars. Parental alienation is the description of today's topic of discussion. I've been telling you all year, them kids are watching. And I say it a lot because I come across adults, grown people who reflect on their childhood. And they had to deal with some shameful shit. And
shameful shit.
Parental alienation. It's no joke. Harmonizers in the building.
Yes, I am.
I appreciate you pulling up and popping in. Shout out to you. Enjoying your streams, miss. Getting a little hot. Okay. Some people need to be screamed on for the image that we are putting forward in society. And us black folks, we all grouped in together. Red Lipstick Vibes is in the building. Let's go. Appreciate you pulling up and popping in, y'all, where the vibe is always positive and sometimes petty. Take heed to the messages in the building. Okay. I hope all is well. Appreciate you pulling up and popping in for us. Spare. Marcus Evans is in the building, sir. Appreciate you pulling up as well. Vaughn Eric, appreciate you pulling up. Walaikum salam, brother. I hope all is well. Yeah, so we're here. We're going to talk about this parental alienation. And I too have experienced it, you know, and can reflect back and you know, mine is a little different because my parent alienated himself. You know, it wasn't caused by the parent, and yet I still had a lot of these effects, you know. So I definitely want to bring this information to you all, you know, so that you're more conscious of what you're doing with these children, you know, especially how you speak of the other parent around them, you know, making the child accessible to the parent, and just minding your mouth. Damn, didn't we all grow up, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all? Like, how many people grew up with that? I'm sure many have. But it's enough bashing. It's enough bashing. These kids feel it in more ways than you can imagine. And I don't think many of you are considering them when you're doing it. Your hate, your bitterness, your need to be petty as hell, your need to be right, to be put on a pedestal like you are just the prize of a parent and the other person is the gutter of trash.
Need to be right.
It's a fucking competition. It's a competition for these children's affection and undying, unconditional love, even when you're the horrible fucking parent and you have possession of them.
Bing bang.
And we know there are reasons why some parents are kept away. Absolutely. There's some horrible people out here, female and male, some horrible parents that you chose to have some children by. You laid down with them. You loved them, liked them, enjoyed it while it was happening. Consider that when you're talking trash about the other parent, okay? There's some links I put in the description. Psychology Today has an awesome information in there about parental alienation on top of an extreme amount of information over there. And there's another link in the chat for Melanie Hatley, PC, so family law. If anyone is experiencing parental alienation, there's some things that you can do to help yourself in that situation. And these people are here to assist you. You can give them a call, you know, and, you know, get a consultation just to see where you are and what you can do to take hold of that, you know, so you can see your children, be it female or male, mother or father, because both sides it happens. Women do it more. Women do it more. So the link's in the chat if anybody wants to, you know, check them out. The information is there. You know, these smartphones have a lot of information. So sometimes you got to do the research yourself. So these are for the people who don't have the time or don't even know where to begin. It might be some information in here that may help you. And I came up with this because, you know, I had a brother of mine I love dearly, who I've watched for over 20 years, you know, attempt to be a great father and man. You know, everybody has their flaws, you know, that they have to overcome, obstacles in life that take you down a route that you may not have preferred, but you change it around and you do the right thing, you know, and was always a great dad. So when I get stuff sent, I definitely like to touch on some issues. Because again, these kids grow up. They grow up, okay? And they look for that other parent, whether you told them all kinds of horrible things or not. They want to know the other side of them. It's missing. It's missing. You know, so we need to be a little bit more conscious. Parental alienation is a strategy whereby one parent intentionally displays to the child unjustified negativity aimed at the other parent. So sometimes it is justified. Some people are assholes. Take into consideration that if the mishandling of you was intentional, but they may not mishandle them children. You know, a father's love for his children may not have anything to do with the person that child came out of. They're still capable of protecting and providing and showing this child some love as their paternal, parent. And you have to consider these things. The purpose of the strategy is to damage the child's relationship with the other parent and to turn the child's emotions against that other parent. Pretty much being brainwashed. There's a brainwashing going on, because children should not hear the gripes of a parent when it comes to a failed relationship. That shouldn't be the topic of conversation. The child should not know all the ins and outs of what daddy did, especially if you're not going to explain what you did and what part you played in that breakdown of the family. And I don't think people understand what they're doing when they're consoling, when they're trying to explain why things are happening to their children. You can leave out the bashing of the other parent while explaining what's happening, why the family is transitioning the way it is. And what you fail to realize is they understand more than you think. They understood that the feeling that was going on when they hear arguing, tossing the furniture, screaming and yelling, the disdain, the lack of touching and intimacy. Children pay a lot of attention, especially if you're day one parents and they're being raised in the house. 1, 2, 3, 4, breakdown starts to begin. They are paying attention. And this is happening a lot. It has been happening for a long time. It seems as though women have this idea that fathers are not needed and necessary. And they absolutely are. Absolutely are. One wants to know, is parental alienation a crime? Is it a crime? Great article. I might want to check it out. It's handled through different procedures in civil court. You can be reprimanded. There can be consequences behind it, especially if one has evidence and the child can tell. I say yes. There's consequences behind your behavior. This is something, as a parent always wanted to make very clear to our children, that there are consequences behind your behavior. So alienating the other parent, there will be consequences behind it. And especially if the reasons are due to just you guys break down in your relationship. Meaning he doesn't love you anymore, she doesn't love you anymore. And then in turn, the bitterness is there, the regret, the shame, the guilt, all of it. But that energy is transformed to the child. Your feelings, what you went through, is passed on to the child. Now the child is growing up hating this parent who hasn't done anything to them per se. The effects of their behavior to the parent may have affected you. But usually parents belittle, degrade, shame, blame that parent. And the child does not understand. The child has no understanding of the other person's side either. Parental alienation is handled through civil proceedings, and it is not an arrestable offense. So you can't get arrested for it. Some believe that parental alienation should be criminalized. What do you think? What are your thoughts in the chat? Should parental alienation be criminalized? You can be held in contempt in a civil court. Absolutely. So I would suggest to a parent being alienated to get your proof. Proof is everything. And if you have little children, it is okay to record them. That's your child. You give permission. You don't ask what types of questions? Leading questions, you allow them to just tell you, because children will tell. So again, there's an article inside the description. You guys can click on that, as well as Psychology Today. And I'm getting this information from there. All right. So due to the nature of the lasting damage it inflicts, while others argue against criminalization because parental alienation is difficult to prove and it is not a diagnosable syndrome. So it can't be diagnosed as a syndrome and it's difficult to prove. So one really has to be intentional when collecting proof. You know, keeping a record of attempted visits and being rejected, phone calls, texts showing you attempting to meet with the child, your child. Keep record of this stuff because the judge is going to want to know, and they will hold that other parent responsible. They may even overturn the custody and you may get your child due to it. Some women are very freaking spiteful. Let me get some more of that. The alienation. Yep. The alienating parent may exaggerate about the target parent's fault, or they might just lie to the child. You hear the stories? Telling your child everything. He cheated on me. He was doing this and that. Children don't need to hear all of that. They don't need to know all your personal business unless you're going to hold yourself accountable as well. Maybe you stop doing things that cause things to happen. Being disrespectful. It's a lot of things that cause breakdown, and it ain't always the man's fucking fault. Isolation from a parent can have severe impacts on the child. It really can. Mental health professionals use the term parental alienation syndrome to describe the effects on both. So it has been updated and it can be diagnosed. And again, like I said, you know, my father alienated himself. My mother wasn't a parental alienator. She was raised by his family, you know, one of 10 kids. So I have 9 aunts and uncles. Shout out to all y'all. But he alienated himself because of his shame and guilt of not being better than what the idea script of what a Black man is, when his presence was enough, you know, and that's what I needed him to know at the end. Your presence was enough. And I wish I had more of that versus money. Because again, he grew up with the same script that a lot of you men grow up with. When he was 67 years old, born in the mid to late 50s. And he had that same mindset. I'm nothing for my children if I don't have any money. If I don't have any money, I can't do anything for them. But we learned a lot of love within that family, even though being very poor and uneducated, there was a lot of love. You know, so I appreciate that. And I'm here, you know, to warn you guys. Because I didn't have a mother who was, your father ain't shit, da, 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 da. I didn't have that. We got to see that ourselves. We came up with that conclusion on our own through going to visit, through false promises, to parading us around like we were trophies when we came around. But his presence was missing and it affected us. Absolutely. 4 brothers and me. I'm right dead smack in the middle. It affected every last one of us. Still to this day. So I warn you, because he alienated himself. It wasn't a parent that did it. So imagine the conflict of the parent putting all these thoughts in the child's mind with no proof. With no proof, just a lack of presence. And they grow up to think less of themselves. It's a lot of effects. Target parents may experience anxiety and depression because of the other parent is unjustly withholding their child. Your behavior affects other people, and you may want to consider that. Target parents may experience anxiety and depression. Men want their children, okay? I'm going to break it to you. And for a lot of you women who have had your father, who have been blessed to have had a good daddy, someone you can call daddy, would you think it would be good for your child to have the same thing, whether you guys are in love or not, whether you can get along or not? It's not about you. It's not about you. A little consideration of a man's plight, their childhood, what they went through, how they were raised. Ladies want all the consideration and lack that for the other party. I got a couple of videos, but I'm gonna keep giving y'all this parental information I got from Psychology Today, so we can get that out the way before I start cussing and carrying on. I'm trying to control myself. Children can develop a wide range of mental health problems. They might believe that the parent has rejected them or that the parent is dangerous. These impacts can endure far beyond childhood. Far beyond childhood. You know how it feels to be rejected, to feel rejected, or to think that anytime you may be in a parent's presence, you're going to be caused harm. And what's amazing is us mothers mess up a lot. Kids fall off of things. We're not paying attention. They burn their hand on stuff. You drop them, leave them in the tub. They slip, almost drown and stuff. It's a lot of things. And we want to be shown grace. We want to be shown some grace. I'm a mother. You can't watch them every second. Things happen. You ladies need to turn that around. Stop living in a double standard. Men need to be shown some grace. Fathers need grace too, especially if they didn't have one. There's growth and development happening always, especially when you start to have children. You're going to grow and develop with them. You're learning them while they're learning you. And if you're an asshole and you're constantly talking negatively about the other parent, it's going to affect that child. And don't think that you're going to be put on a pedestal all the way through into the future. It may backfire on you, mom, dad. It may backfire on you. It's not about you. It's about the child. I only turned away for a second. Women want that grace all the time. Us mothers want so much grace because it is a lot of work. It is a lot. But we have to start giving our men some grace because they feel it too. That anxiety and that depression of being gone so long and trying to come back and being welcomed back. How the fuck y'all think that shit make them feel when they want to come back? I've watched it. I've seen it personally, trying to assist and help a brother be around his children. Some of you bitches make it really hard. You're not nice. You're mean as hell. You don't make it easy. You don't make it easy. And not to say that you should if they've given you a hard time, but when it comes to those children, hell yeah. It ain't about you. They're not trying to come back and get in your pants. And if that's what you think, stop. They want to see their fucking kids. But if they know you're going to give access, why not? You understand? The children are watching. They pay attention. They're going to grow up. And that's what I want the reality for these young women to understand, that these kids grow up. They're not going to be babies forever. You will not be able to puppeteer them. They have a consciousness too. And when that shit wake up and they start pointing the finger at you, I hope your ass is ready. I hope you're ready. You are tearing down a piece of a child because they are a part of both of you. Stop it. Stop it. I couldn't believe the stories my husband used to come home with. He was an overseer, okay, while people were having visitation with their children in the court up in the mountains. And it was quite unique. Can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. They'll figure it out. That's what you don't understand. They have a mind of their own, and they will figure it out. And if they choose on their own that they don't want to deal with that other parent, that's on them. That's on them. They should be able to see on their own, and they should not be living off of what you feel, because it doesn't mean it's always right. You are not always right. That can't be the motive. You're right. They're wrong. You're better. They're bad. How do you think that's making that child feel? The other side of them is bad because logically they are both of you. So if you love you so much, but you hate the other side of me, yeah, it's going to affect them. And it may not waver in your favor. Okay? May not waver in your favor. Victims of parental alienation might feel like there is nothing they can do. Their own child seems to have turned against them. Could you imagine how that feels? And I think that's why a lot of us mothers manipulate our children. We do a lot of manipulating to our children and don't even know, to make us better than the other parent. I sacrificed my life for you. 14 hours of labor, 32 hours of labor. You know how hard that was? I brought you into this world. Undying respect, undying unconditional love to me is what you're supposed to give. And this is a lot of women's mindsets when it's unfair to the child, because they grow up into adult and believe that. And it's hard to let go and create their own family. They be growing them babies. They be grooming them babies. They do. They be grooming them babies to hate. So you can imagine why a lot of our young women walk around with all this disdain and hate in a damn character. It's not even naturally normal for a woman to be nice now. Sugar and spice and everything nice. No, not no more. Talking about bitter, petty, and selfish as hell. That's what we creating. That's what we creating. Mona D's in the building. Hey, love, welcome. Touching on this parental alienation, giving some information for alienated parents. Statistics show it's usually the father in most cases. What are the effects of parental alienation on children? It's a lot of effects. Psychology Today, all this information came from. The link is in the description. Feel free to check it out. Most children do not experience hatred naturally. Most children do not experience hatred naturally. Somebody got to fucking teach them. We give that excuse to the white people all the time. Right? Hatred is not natural. It's taught. It's taught in the home. I've been teaching these kids to be kind and nice. The time I started babysitting. It's an everyday thing, and you can't just teach them and preach it. You have to show them. They have to see you behave this way. It's amazing. It is absolutely taught behavior, sis. Taught behavior. Seen it. Watched it personally. Yes, absolutely. I mean, and just in the little instances with mothers, you know, when the babies start craving daddy more, you know, you with me all day. And, you know, when daddy comes home, daddy gets all this excitement and, you know, who you going to go to? Who you going to go to? Mommy or daddy? It's heartbreaking when the baby goes to daddy. Why? You should be just as elated that that baby loves him just as much as he loves you. It can't be my only mindset. It really cannot. Maybe because I didn't have my daddy around. Because he alienated himself. Either way, it hurts. It's not a good feeling. A lot of years of therapy to deal with that. It could have absolutely ruined my relationship with my husband. Absolutely. But I was able to forgive and try to learn some understanding of him and who he was and what he had and what he didn't have. Some of your children will not be able to do that. It can create a false impression that a parent is dangerous or that the parent has rejected the child. Rejection of a parent is something you need to fucking feel. You love us so much, why you didn't come? Mama didn't let me. Mama didn't make yourself available. Mama didn't answer the calls or the texts and didn't tell you that I'm not checking for you. Y'all be doing too much. Bitter, petty, mean, selfish. And I hope it comes back to bite you in your ass. It's time to change it. It's time to change it. It can be some effects on both parties. Depression, a lack of trust, low self-esteem, self-hatred, self-destructive behaviors, suicidal ideation, unhealthy or abusive relationships, because they have no clue what it's like to deal with a man, because they didn't have their father around. Some things they need to see. They need to understand whether it's good or bad or indifferent. And you are to guide the foolishness. Bring some context to the things that they're bringing to you in a way that you're not showing them hate and bitterness. Shit becomes addictive. Having that heightened hatred for somebody. It really does. How to prove it. How to prove parental alienation. This law firm will help you. Give them a call. Tell them your situation. Have a consultation. See what can be done. And it's the small things. Keeping record of texts, recording conversations, even acknowledging, hey, I'm recording you right now. And some people don't care. They'll continue to potty mouth and go on a rant and cuss and carry on. I've shown you many of videos all through the year 2023 of some disrespectful shit. And it's recorded. So these kids are going to grow up and be able to see it. They're going to see how your ass acted. They're going to see that you pulled up to grandma's house and dropped the kids off and said you done and you don't want to deal with the fucking kids no more. You don't want them no more. This type of stuff these kids are going to psychologically analyze. And y'all making it worse. Yeah. Got a couple of videos for y'all. Take heed to the message. Parent alienation is unacceptable. It is unacceptable. Get over your goddamn self. You fucked them. You liked them. You loved them. You sucked them. You did all that shit. And now you hate him. You got to consider that. Because he did something to you. He didn't do what you wanted him to do. You couldn't control the whole situation. That's the problem. You wasn't supposed to be in control of the whole situation. Ladies, you're doing too much. You're doing too much. And it's even worse when it's women who have had their father. The audacity of you to deny your child to have their father. Yours wasn't perfect. He didn't do all right things, right? He probably cheated on mama. It was some shit. I know some stories. But look at you. You're a grown woman. You forgave him or whatever, gave him grace. But their father, we're not going to do that for? They grow up and they grow up really quickly. Okay. I'm gonna give y'all some videos. I got a couple of videos that's gonna. My daughters, you better not. If I ain't walking this earth no more, don't play with me. I'm gonna haunt you in your dream.
Wrong if you can think that you can say fuck you to me.
Exactly. Exactly right. She is right. She's 18 years old. And how many times have you called her a bitch and said, fuck you, Alyssa? And you think that's okay ever? Ever? And why would I be with you for right now or even the last year?
I'm sorry.
Well, it's going to take more than that.
It's just like he has never done that to your kids. You know what I mean? Like,
and nor would I.
He treats your kids so good and yet.
Just a little view. Dad checked her ass. Shout out to Dad. That was just a little scenario of a stepmom, you know, throughout the years having a potty mouth, just being disrespectful. Dad stepped up. You got to go. It's a problem. It's not okay. Y'all stop allowing this kind of treatment to your children in your fucking home on your watch, man. You got to be aggressive with your tone, and you better press record on something and sit it up, because it's unacceptable. Your children shouldn't have to deal with that, even from the mother, their own mother. There's plenty of times my husband used to tell me, you don't have to cuss at them so much. When I was young and dumb and surviving parent, right? New parent. Yeah. And that's the way to get them to stop. That's what we've learned. So when we're growing in development, man, we got to do better. We got to do better for them. Do you want your children to remember you always yelling and cussing and being mean, talking bad about their father or their mother? Can't say nothing nice. I got another video.
I'm a mother who uses parental alienation.
What's that mean?
My relationship with your father is over. And now I want the relationship with you and him to be over too.
But he's my dad.
I know, but I can't stand him. And I'm unconsciously using you to hurt him. This is why I make his visitation so difficult, why I talk negatively about him any chance I get, and why I don't really care that he wants to see you. His feelings are completely irrelevant to me. Honestly, I don't even think of him as your father anymore.
Well, I do.
Don't you love time with mommy? We do everything you want to do. And your father's house isn't fun anyway, unless you don't love me and you want to go live at his house.
Okay, here's what I'm learning. I have to pick a side. There's no understanding for how any of this impacts me, just to focus on the issues you two have with each other. It's extremely toxic because I have to consistently listen to a smear campaign about my parent from my parent. I miss time with my dad. I miss playing outside, camping, or just watching things together with him, but I'm too afraid to say that because it feels like I'm betraying you in some way. So I keep my feelings in. And while I'm missing him, I've heard so many things about him that I don't even know what's true or not anymore. I'm being gaslit, so I'm learning to not trust myself. In 20 years, I'm going to learn that I was lied to, or that a lot of stories were exaggerated. And I'm going to have so much anger and resentment towards you. But because I was never allowed to express myself here or how I feel, I'm going to direct that anger and that resentment towards myself. I'll engage in all types of self-harm.
In 20 years. That's what it looks like when you talk to your children like that. What if you consider the conversation after it's done? All of what you've just said to your child and how they are internalizing all of that negative information that you just given about the other parent. Parental alienation. It doesn't only affect the parent, it will affect your child. And it's the logic behind it all. You know, my daddy was so good for you to lay up with. Like, once they understand sex and intimacy and relationships and things like that, like, they're going to start putting shit together. They're not stupid. Your lies will come back to haunt your ass. Okay? And we see the lack of accountability that goes on with women. We watch these court shows all day, even when the tests come back. I don't even know how that, ma'am, DNA. Lying. Still not gonna own up to it. Great Pillars in the building. Welcome. It's amazing. But we've been watching this for 30, 40 years, ladies. Let them fathers be a part of these kids' lives. Don't make it so hard. Especially if it was just a breakdown in y'all relationship, whether he cheated or not. So fucking what? It ain't got nothing to do with the damn child. He cheated on you. That is not a good enough reason. That is not a justifiable reason for a man to not be able to be around his children and raise his children. But we can take the monies out them checks, though. Make sure that's going down. It's going to affect you later. And ladies, these little girls need to see their daddy. I just said to my husband today, I don't think I ever had a memory of calling my father daddy, father, or, you know, his first name, just trying to get his attention. My children even ask, what do we call him? So when you talk about him, you can say my grandfather. But they didn't have a grandpa. It affects us. It's going to affect them later. You are not enough. You and yourself is not enough. You and your side of the family is not enough. This is where the village comes in. You're neglecting all of that. And this is why I have these shows, because we want these women and these young girls to understand the consequences for their decisions. Not keep pandering it and making excuses. I was young, I was dumb. It's not enough no more. It's not enough. Because when your children get 20 and they want to come and ask you questions, it's still going to not be some truth there. Be prepared. Because some of these girls are going out into the world with destructive behaviors. They have no clue of who the fuck they are. Self-esteem is low as hell. And they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to move in relationships. They don't know how to deal with men. Okay? They've been rejected by their father. This is what feels, regardless of what you say, regardless of you saying you're worthy, you're great, you're beautiful, you're this, you're that. It's not going to be enough. It's not. It's nothing like daddy. It's nothing like a father. And I see it because I see this man, my husband, with 3 daughters, and the relationship that they have, and the love and the adoration and honor that they have for him. They needed to be around him. I asked him, like, could you even imagine not being around your father? No, not one day. How would you feel about me if I was that type of person that would talk negative about him? Or, you know, if when we was having down times, if I sat in your face and was like, you know, I'm not feeling your father right now, or, you know, your daddy could have picked up his clothes, or any of that. How would they be looking at me right now today? Shit is amazing. And I'm glad and I'm proud of myself that I didn't do that. We make it worse. Their presence alone is their presence not being around is gonna affect them. They don't need you on top of them. Hey, brother, appreciate you being here. They don't need you on top of that, adding to it by belittling and shaming and blaming and talking negative and hating and being petty. And anytime they call and y'all are quick, y'all will say it. You'll tell the child. He called, he want to see you. But I'm feeling this kind of way and that kind of way. You know, give a whole soliloquy and then the child will be like, well, I don't think I want to talk to him. Yeah, because you done said a whole bunch of shit. Girls need their daddies. Girls need their daddies.
Care about you or me. He paying another woman's kids' bills instead of y'all. He a cheater and a liar.
I don't know what that means. I'm 5 years old, but now I hate my dad, and I'm not going to talk to him until I'm way older.
Yo, daddy here.
Hey, son.
Oh, hey.
Son, why do you always act like that when I come over? I love you,
Mom said
little
you
nigga.
never helped her when I was growing up. She really needed it.
Boy, I gave your mama $4,000 a week.
$4,000 a week?
Sit down and let's have a talk.
We divorced because of your mom's jealousy.
She said you cheated.
Exactly. That's why she was jealous. Honestly, son, we couldn't stop arguing. I wanted to make it work. I lost my money. She divorced me. See you, son. Learn from my mistakes.
Mom, you said dad never helped you, and he just told me he helped you this whole time.
Oh, what? You mean that little $4,000 a week? That ain't
I didn't talk to him for 12 years, and I hated him.
Son, I've never said anything bad about your dad. I only told you what he did to me.
It's a dirty game. Stay.
Yeah, it's a dirty game of hatred spewing out your mouth, and your children are absorbing it. And you think you're going to come out on the higher end, on the successful end, being placed on a pedestal. It's got a habit of saying all the sacrificing we've done. I sacrificed this. I had to do this and sacrificing. That's called being a parent. Yeah, you did what you did what you were supposed to do. That's part of the job. But to alienate the parent was not a part of the fucking job. Alienation of the other parent is not a part of the job. Talking nasty and mean about the other parent is not a part of the job. Even if they are that, you slept with them. I gotta keep throwing that out there. Like, what does that make you? This person ain't shit. This person is a dog, nasty, blah, 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 blah. You slept with him and chose to have a baby with him. Now they the worst thing in the world? Consider that. That child is listening to the foulness coming out of your mouth. It's going to affect them. It's going to affect their self-esteem. And I pray it changes. I pray that you show some consideration, some selflessness, and allow that relationship to grow, because it's going to have to be baby steps now, starting from the beginning. They already don't trust. They don't like them. And they don't want to let you down. They don't want you to feel like they're choosing the other over you. And that's something for them to have to do. They shouldn't have to do that. They're gaining. That's how it should be looked at. Not that you're losing. They're gaining. They're gaining a vision, a view into who they are somewhat, a little bit more. Most people want to know where they come from. These adoption people, foster kid people, they want to go back. They want to know. And some of your mothers make it hard. Some of you fathers make it hard. Even when they know and they start to look and search, you're not even considerate to do the work to assist them. It's not natural for children to hate. It's not a natural thing. It's taught. It's absolutely taught. Whether you're directly teaching it or you're just treating the child like that, and that's what the hell they picking up. That's what they picking up. Your ass mean, so they're going to be mean. Tell them no all fucking day, they're going to tell your ass no. Tell them to do something. They're going to do it with content and everything. They're going to mean it. They mirror you.
Do I have a dad?
Why do you ask that?
I don't know, but do I have one?
Of course you do.
What's his name again?
His name is Tyrell.
Tyrell?
Mm-hmm.
Mom, does he know I'm really smart, or does he not?
I don't think he knows.
Why? Ever since I tell him I'm really good.
What do you mean?
Tyrell.
What about?
Like, if I tell him I'm really good, he will trust us, I think.
Jakai, it's not about that. Sometimes adults, even though they're big people, like even though they're adults, they don't do the right thing all the time.
It's true. Adults don't always do the right thing, right? You know, it's hard. It's hard always doing the right thing.
And so some dads don't do the right thing and some moms don't do the right thing, but you're fucking amazing.
Oh, like
and as long as I'm doing the right thing, I'm gonna come to all your games and I'm gonna go to all your school stuff and all of that.
Yeah, but Mom, some people only have a dad and some people only have a mom. But some people only have a dad and mom.
Yep.
Whether you believe it or not, most children want their mommy and daddy together. They do. They want their mommy and daddy together. So for him to have to ask those questions, because they go to school, especially sitting in school, they're gonna learn that somebody is missing in this picture. You know? And even as more as, you know, a whole nother family, because in school they do family trees and you want to know the other side. Like some of that stuff, it's really can cause them a lot of sadness. The great pill say this is why you let a child be a child, not use them or hate them or mistreat them because of the decisions that you've made. Shaking my head. Yeah. You made some decisions. It's a dirty game. It's a dirty game. I'm tired of playing it. Fuck these bitches. We're not going to keep playing these games. I'm going through it with my daughter's mother now. You know, 15 years ago, I'd be in the car with you and go string her up. But, you know, we grow up. Look at Kirk Franklin's mom, even with the DNA proof, she still kept lying. She still kept lying. It's a dirty game. Damn liars, man. You know.
Shameful shit.
Learned that early. Mama's baby, papa's maybe. And I think the worst part is when the parent has been alienated and it comes down to it, a DNA has been done and he ain't even a damn daddy. That's the worst part. A child is grieving and going through all of these things to a man it's not even her damn father. And mama gets no fucking blame. Like it's amazing. It's amazing. And we need to turn it around. This shit needs to be shamed. You know, women need to start getting shamed for their foolish fucking behavior because the children are going to suffer. And the men get no consideration. And this stuff has been in front view. An abundance of TV shows that you ain't the damn daddy, you ain't the damn daddy, and you ain't the damn daddy again and again and again and again. Shame.
I am here to do some good old-fashioned slut shaming. Yeah!
Your mother was a whore. My mother was a whore.
Your whore mother.
Agree with me because I am livid right now. For 16 years you got me running around with John and this man telling me he ain't my real daddy, man. Please tell me. Please tell me that ain't true. Please tell me that ain't true.
I mean, I can tell you that, but it's not true. I mean, it's true. He not your dad.
So who my dad then?
I'm gonna just be real with you. It's like, you know, back in the day. First of all, why am I explaining anything to you anyway?
What you mean?
It don't even matter.
I'm your son.
That's my business.
16 years. I'm your son. You supposed to be able to tell me that.
JD, you got me out here in front of the neighbors and everything with this mess. Like, can you go?
I don't care about them. I want to know the truth. I don't care about who I am listening. I don't care. I really don't care who I am listening. Who is my dad? Do you know or not?
No, I do not know who your dad is.
So
and that's not a big deal. I mean, I'm just saying, you done got this far without him.
So why did I have to go find out myself then? Why did he have to tell me? Why did he have to tell me? Explain it. Why did he have to tell me that?
John been there for you for your whole life.
And he has.
A daddy is not who you come from. A daddy is who raised you.
I mean, and you know, we make it a habit of changing definitions, making it what we want it to be, thinking we're enough for these children. We're not, ladies. Not enough. And I know it's hard to hear. They need. And if you had one, you needed yours. How did it feel not having yours? Did you need them? I think to myself, if I was a little bit more intentional, we were very in the street kids, you know, we were allowed to go wherever. I could have went and seen them more, hopped on the train and went over there more, but I didn't care. I already had a disdain. Until I got a little older, wanted some answers. And luckily I was able to acquire him. I was able to find him and have these conversations. A lot of our young people are not going to be so lucky. Again, my mother was with his family, raised with his family. It was a difference. There was a lot of love there. And I appreciate her not bad-mouthing him. So my disdain and, you know, dislike came from the lack thereof him being around. Thank you. Been waiting for that clip. Yeah, that was disgraceful. Okay. Woman's mentality sitting down there with her grown son trying to get some answers was disgraceful. It's amazing. But a lot of you gentlemen have to deal with this type of shit. Boogie Garcia chimed in. My daughter told me that her mother told her that dad never wanted her and I'm supposed to show love by buying her expensive gifts. Women, this is what we have. These are the types of mothers that we are experiencing now. She was 8 years old at the time. 8. Blaze is in the building. Welcome, brother. Appreciate you pulling up, popping in. Topic tonight is parental alienation. Got some links in the description for Psychology Today, giving a lot of information about parental alienation. I also put a law firm there to have a consultation for people who are experiencing this. It's not against the law, but it can be civil proceedings that can, ensue because of a parent being alienated from their child. Got to have a lot of proof, people. Texts, messages of disrespect and contempt, and voicemails, keep track of the visits you attempt to try to see your child and not being able to. So all of these things are definitely evidence. Keep a journal and how it's affecting you. Because I think, these people really believe that men are not human and y'all don't feel, and it's not okay for y'all to be emotional and cry, and somebody took your fucking kid. Ladies, feel that shit. You're taking their fucking kid. That shit pisses me off. It's amazing. It's quite disgraceful. Because these kids grow up, and I tell you, they're smarter than what you think, you dumbass hoes. Brainwashing. That's what you're doing. And then you're giving them a disdain for men in general, not just their father. Do you think they're going to have good, healthy relationships in the future? How they're going to look at men? And you want that for them? Do you want them to have the same outcomes as you? Do you want them to go through the same disgusting types of relationships that you have been through? Our job is to teach them to do better. And if we have the blueprint of what not to do, that's something we need to teach them to. Bad mouthing the father is not going to turn out good for you. I've watched it. God damn it. Majority of the time, it's not going to turn out good for you. Kids have brains of their own and they growing up quick. Sarah chimed in. All this time not knowing. Imagine the pain it causes those people. It does. And it can take them to in their deathbed. It could be 70 years old and they're dealing with that shit. Despicable, shameful, and disgraceful. It's horrible. We need to push for legislation for it to be a crime. I mean, and we sisters, we need to hold our sisters accountable when they're doing it. Not on my watch. I wasn't having that shit. Not with my nieces and nephews. We ain't doing that. I'm gonna come snatch you by your back of your damn head. So I let it be known very early.
Not on my watch.
I'm very grateful that the message was received and they were very welcome being daddies and lives and married and all that. So I appreciate that. But early in the days, man, it was some shit. It was some shit. So I can imagine some of you bitches now, 30 fucking years later. Since they don't have good relationships, they don't want the kids to have them either. And that's horrible. Because it's not just going to be not having a good relationship with their father or their mother. They're going to go and not have good relationships with people in general. That feeling of rejection from the other parent is amazing for a child. I felt it. Okay, how many people walked up, you're so beautiful, she's so beautiful, she's so beautiful. I ain't believe that shit. Congratulations on your pretty face. I ain't believe that shit. You know why? Because my father was not there. And he did the same shit. Every time we come around, look at my kids. Look at my kids. Oh, your kids, them your kids. Them some pretty kids, John, but them ain't your kids. Yeah, these my kids. You so proud. Why you ain't come? Why you ain't hop on the train, come see us? But you don't know how that will affect them. You don't know. There's no guarantee that you are going to come off in a higher pedestal than the person that you're trying to keep them away from. Hold on, I got to get the charge.
Somebody told me this, and I know this to be true. Your kitchen is supposed to be your hospital for your family. What kind of hospital your mama gave you? Little babies eating McDonald's fries all week.
I like that. That's a cold saying right there.
It's the truth. Your kitchen is supposed to be the hospital for your family. Your family is strong and healthy because of your kitchen. How many bitches can say that? Who you know that makes sure they take care of their family? I'm not saying there's none who don't.
Right.
But I'm saying most situations in America, your family is raised off garbage. Your kitchen is full of Little Debbie's and motherfucking.
A lot of kitchens is for decoration. Them just don't even go in now.
Parents alienate their children from the other parent by aligning with them, sharing information which is often biased and untrue with the children for the sole purpose of having the child reject the other parent. The judicial system has very few tools to fix this problem, especially with adolescents who are taking positions based on the emotional burden placed on them by a parent. To say that they want to see one parent would place them in direct opposition to the other parent who has convinced them that that parent they want to see is the enemy. While this court's remedy in this particular situation may seem drastic and offensive, so too is the notion that children have been convinced that the only way to maintain a stable and loving connection with mother is to vilify and reject a father.
Yep, gotta be a villain. You are the villain. And this is what's been happening. See a lot. It didn't work out. Didn't work out. World class is in the building. Hey, love, welcome. Appreciate you pulling up and popping in. Parental alienation is something real, man. Have any of you guys ever dealt with that? Did you have a parent alienate themselves? Because that's what I had. I didn't have my mother do it. He alienated himself. But it still affected me and affected my brothers a lot. And in the end, I was the only one there to watch him die. And now look, he right here. He ain't never traveled the world so much and had so much fun, but he's right here in my house. Everybody is not going to be that rose to grow through concrete. I had a great support system, and I appreciate that. And I look at my mother today and I tell her, you could have said so much shit about that man. She really could have, and it was all true. You understand? So even if it's true, still don't do it. The positive stuff, the optimistic stuff, the reasons why you chose him to be their daddy, because now it's looked like what they're taking it in is it was a mistake. So you're a mistake. You're a burden. I sacrificed for nothing because he ain't shit. So, one part of you ain't shit, but the part that's me, that you get from me, is all good and dandy. You may not think it's that serious, but yeah, it is. See these cases, people come from adoptive homes. They want to know. They want to know who threw them away. And still willing to give them love, give them grace, and show them consideration and empathy for whatever situation they was in, and they had to get rid of them, hand them over to somebody else to raise them. But we are doing our children a horrible disservice by being that alienating parent. Okay, it's time to fucking grow up, and get over the things that the person may have done to you. Okay, and if you give them an opportunity to be a part of their child's life, it's going to benefit the child. Fuck you. It's really not about you. I'm sorry. I really don't care what you think at this point, because the selfishness is what is keeping the father away. And you don't even realize it. We got to promote conscious parenting, and that includes not alienating a parent who wants to be around, who is trying to be around. Especially the ones who are paying for their children and not being able to have access to their children. I mean, consider, ladies, if it was you. Can you even fathom the thought of someone trying to alienate you from your fucking child? Consider that. Even if you cheated on the man and, was broke as hell and a drug addict, like still. This is where I need y'all to get. Because it's going to affect them. It's affecting them. I know grown people who still can't fucking get over it. It's real. The things we do now will affect our children later. All of the men I grew up with, all my cousins, I have 77 first fucking cousins. That's a lot. Okay? So shout out to all y'all. Many of us didn't have our fathers around. We might have known them or not, but a lot of us didn't have them. But when I say my cousins and my brothers stepped up, them niggas is all daddies. A lot of them is single daddies. A lot of them have been the better parent of the two. That's a lot. We're talking 40. That's a lot of people to know personally, okay? So shout out to all y'all. I know more good daddies than I know good mothers. And a lot of them would think they are the best of the fucking best. Oh, we got to do better for our children. Stop living in our bitterness, our own failures. Accept your side in the breakdown in the relationship. Can't be right all the time. And just consider that that child is going to one day want their parent around. How is it going to affect you? You think you did your job by creating that hatred to keep that child not wanting to be around that parent, but you started it. All children want to be around their mommy and daddy. That came from you. I got my last video. It's a good one. If y'all don't know Smart Guy, he's a social media influencer, activist. I love how this young man speaks and how he articulates. But I got a video of him, reflecting on his own childhood and him having conversations with his grandpa, which is something, you young people really need to do more of. Have these conversations with your elders because they're not promised tomorrow, okay? Anything that lives will die. Don't wait till they dead. And then it's, I wish I coulda, I shoulda, dulda, I shoulda, coulda, I wish I'd have called more, I wish I'd have hugged them more, I wish I'd have did this, blah, blah, blah. The fucking violin is playing. Be intentional with your life and the people's lives that you are in. Because some of us may not ever get the opportunity to, have stories like that. Never experienced a grandpa ever in my life. World class chimed in. Imagine paying your rent mortgage, but you can't go in the house. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Imagine. Imagine a mother being at her wit's end, totally fucked up, damn near on the street, and need assistance from the father. The father step up and then say, yeah, I want you to get this place for me, but you can't stay. Do all of this for me. Make sure there's a roof over my head and your children's head. But if you need a place to stay, you can't stay here. Boogie chimed in. Most of those issues know what they doing is wrong. They just don't give a fuck.
Shameful shit.
That part. That's why I say, strength training is important. Boxing is important. Because it might come back to a day where we might need to knuckle up. You know what I mean? Because the shit is just getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. And this is why you need that village. This is why a sister needs to have brothers to where they know the dude that they're vetting knows that, yeah, there's a package here. There's a package of wolves over here if you fuck up. So in the same sense, with our brothers, sisters, we need to have that same mindset. Fuck with my brother, and I'm coming for you. Okay. Y'all don't have that. I've always had it, because they had that for me. Seen it. Even brothers who ain't my brothers. Mess with her, and it's going to be a problem. So I feel the same way. Shit. Let's play.
Black women are not held accountable for the brainwashing they do to their children, and they turn these little black boys against their daddy. And really, your mama ain't shit. And then the father is trying jumping through hula hoops. My grandfather on his deathbed told me things that I didn't even know. My grandmother's family didn't even want my grandfather to be with my grandmother. My grandfather, Pop, he died, before my grandmother. My grandfather bent over backwards, worked at the post office, had different hustles, and he did everything to take care of my grandmother, right? And the family didn't even approve of it. It was like this weird shit, right? And my grandfather was telling me certain things, and I was like, damn, you know, we don't realize a lot of black men go through a lot of shit, and then they don't have fathers. And then a lot of them succumb to the pressure. And it's a lot of lies. It's a lot of, you know, keeping the baby away. And then the men get to the breaking point and they dip. Doesn't make it right. The government empowered black women to strategically move the position of power from the black man. Remove the power from the black man. Right? Yeah. So now the black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man. Black women are not held accountable for the brainwashing they do to their children, and they turn these little black boys against their daddy, and really their against their daddy, and really their mom.
Man, it's a lot of information you can get on deathbed. A lot of you women out here do this shit on purpose. It is purposely being done. Hatred, whatever excuses you want to make for it. But the outcome might not turn out in your favor. Parental alienation. You ladies want to win. There's no winning unless your children go out into the world healthy, psychologically, mentally. And we've given them all of the tools that they need to be successful or better than us. And you're not doing that by creating hate. Children do not naturally hate. It has to be taught. And you ladies are teaching. So when we see these young women sit up on these platforms with all this hatred, it's taught. That shit was taught to them. And it may not be any changing. It may not be no, 180 switch. None of that. Most children do not experience hatred naturally. They don't. They don't. So when you have these little white kids and they come to you and they little racist, they learned that shit from home. Okay? They learned it. I hope y'all learned something today. I hope it's helped someone. So remember, there is a link in there for a law firm. If you have questions or concerns, if you're in a situation where you're being alienated, even if they can't help you, they may have some resources for your particular state. But it would be a civil situation. And gentlemen, fight back. Them your fucking kids, yo. And I just have to reflect on if someone was trying to do that to me. Like, painful. Painful. I would probably be losing my mind. So do not think for 1 second that the other parent, whether it be a man or a female, that they don't feel that men are not feeling that fathers are not feeling that. They're feeling it. And if there's a disdain for them being somewhere else and raising somebody else's children, you have to consider your part in that as well. Give them access to their children. Their children. They are their children. Gentlemen, if you have questions about DNA, please get one. Pay for it. Protect yourself by all means. Tie them condoms up, take them with you. Because these bitches is sitting on the toilet and pushing it right back in them. This is how nasty they are. All right, you see the billionaire just got caught up, right? Yeah, it's real shit out here. And they doing it. Women know damn well they don't want no baby by a nigga, and they will do it. And this is where we are. And then you have good women. You have quality DNA of women choosing to not have children because of the fear of men, the fear of failure, the fear of death, right? Because shit, having a baby, you can die. Everybody is no guarantee you are coming off that table with that baby. Absolutely. Regardless of how easy they try to make it. You're absolutely right, honey, with all the epidurals and all the shit that you can do to stop the pain. Yeah. Ain't no guarantee. So ladies, when we consider laying down with men, Consider the consequences of a baby being created, a human life. Whether you like the person or not, they need to know and need to not be alienated. What the world class say? Child alienation is child abuse. Absolutely. It is. Read the article I put in there, Psychology Today. It is considered to be child abuse, and it needs to be a federal crime and a forfeiture of parental rights. And some judges see that. So, gentlemen, ladies, if you are experiencing that, the more evidence you got, it will work in your favor in a judge's eyes. Some judges don't play that shit. Your woman will absolutely lose her rights to her children. You may be the full-time guardian, the chosen person, because of their behavior. And it's amazing that we women are pushing this type of hate and ugliness to our children. And some smart people, we got some smart people, you would think. Stop having these kind of conversations with your children in earshot. If you don't like the motherfucker, save it to when they're not around. Male or female, save it to when they're not around. Let's go back to, you can't say something nice at all, don't say nothing at all. You can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Some grandmas would have popped you right in your mouth. They didn't play back in the day. When people see something wrong with that, nobody kept us in check. There's honor within the family, and when you dishonor the family, you got to fucking go. You got to go get your ass whooped something. There's consequences behind it. It's not just pandered and coddled and say, oh, you'll be okay. No, we got to stop doing that. And you ladies are too easily making excuses for women being young. We can't continue that. No more young and dumb shit. That's why they need to be educated. You need to give them all of the tools about ovulation, fertilization, reproduction, how the men's sperm works, how it all happens. So they can have all the tools. They're going out here frivolously, not choosing marriage and ending up pregnant and have to deal with that. We don't want this to keep happening, okay? We want family structures to be intact. We want people to want to bring their children and raise their children together, whether they're not together, whether they're together or not, okay? So just know there's a risk in everything. Relationships, choosing to have children, the risk getting on that table to birth that child, it's all a risk. Don't be the bad guy. Don't be the bad guy, because it's going to hurt the children either way. Not having the parent there, you bad talking, bad mouthing. Because us women, sometimes we raise our children with all our ever so fluctuating emotions. Okay? And they see that shit and they learn how to manipulate us. Fathers are needed and necessary. I'm going to leave it at that. Fathers are needed and necessary. Okay? Let's push that. Push it hard. And gentlemen, there's help out there for you. Even if you have been isolated, them children want you. They want you around. Just be more consistent. Once you come back in, be consistent. Be consistent. Don't make fucking promises that you can't keep. That's the worst thing you could do to a little girl or a little boy. I'm not going to keep designating it to sex. They both get hurt the same way. Okay. So I hope y'all got some information today. Try to be back with some more information. Ladies, behave yourself. Keep your fucking legs closed unless you're ready to be accountable for all the things that come behind it. And it's a lot. Gentlemen, I salute y'all, and I appreciate you being the stand-up men and the good fathers that you are. Keep doing the work, because they need you, and we need you. You know, y'all ain't gonna do nothing but get stronger from here, okay? So let's keep pushing this narrative. Ladies, the lionesses, y'all all appreciate it. I see y'all doing y'all work all week. Shout out to y'all. We sharing this shit. We sharing y'all shit. Hashtag shame in the chat so Nightbot can drop your links in there. Again, y'all appreciate it. We'll be back Tuesday. He said, she said, love and abundance, promoting conscious parenting, change.org. I have a petition over there. I think the link is in the chat as well. I mean, in the description. Go ahead over there, read, share, sign. Because we need to be a little bit more conscious with our children, how we speak around them, tools that we're giving them to grow up, because they will. You can't send them out into the world being foolish ass adults getting caught up in these prison systems, because you know it's a business now, y'all. All right, I'm gonna let y'all go. Let's go and enjoy the rest of Sunday, and y'all have a great week. Please be kind to someone besides yourself and stop talking shit about the other parent around them kids. Peace out.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
Hey, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I'm Paul Stanley of KISS. It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your children are?
I don't do this just for the recognition. I do it for the children. You can take the children and bounce them on their knees. Bounce them on the knee and then sing a melody. The Varnell man, did you mean he's mine?
BOS on the track.